I thought you told me that Mount was the reason why this team ticked. So for any of you dumbass, idiotic, thick-headed morons, when I keep telling you that Mount is mid and he's not that important on this freaking team, hope you listen to me. Anyone that says that not taking risk on Hazard is not worth it because Hazard is finished, I will punch you in the face. I will punch you and beat the crap out of you 100%. I will beat the crap out of you if you say this team does not need Hazard, because whether it's Mount, Pulisic, Ziyech, Werner, these guys are garbage. They are crap. We're gonna get into how the heck did these clouds win the Champions League, and I've got a word for you: 2005. Let's talk about it. It's deep, man. Things are real deep now, you know. And I think that things have now gotten to a stage where there is something truly wrong with this team, you know. And because you know how whenever people say, "Oh, hostage FC," and I was like, "Man, blah 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 blah," you guys are hating. It's hard to defend this team against Tuchel, hostage, terrorism when they put forth a performance like that. Now, people can say, okay, it's Man City. Fair enough. Because I was WhatsApping forward, and forward was like, Brighton are very. I don't give a damn how organized Brighton are. I don't give a damn. I tell you guys, we're talking real here. Brighton are an average team. I don't care how well they're coached. I don't care what players they have. They are an average team. Chelsea should not be struggling to that stage against a team like Brighton. And you see, I mentioned because see, guys, we're gonna have to try and find it. See, this stream is called Diagnosis. I know I put the timeline as what happened, but this stream is called because we're gonna diagnose the problem here, and we're gonna just try and put forth theories, and everyone's free to put forth theories. But one of my theories is this: is 2005. But it's okay. Why are you saying 2005? Liverpool won the Champions League in 2005. After that, what did they do? You can win a Champions League, but it doesn't mean that you're a big legacy team because it's tricky. I think someone put out a tweet and the tweet said, "Oh, Zidane said that it's much more difficult to win a league than it is a Champions League," and I sort of understand, but it's a bit more complicated. A Champions League is very difficult to win, but so is a league. But a league is difficult to win in a different sense of the word. Because the Champions League, there are less games, but also there are less margins of error. Because if you mess up, you're out, and you're going up against top tier teams and top tier coaches. Leagues, there are much more games, so you allowed more margins of error. But at the same time, it is consistency. It is a level of concentration. Can you maintain the same consistency against a Man City, against a Brighton, against Southampton, week after week, day and day? So the qualities needed for a league are different from the qualities needed from a Champions League. Neither is easier than the other. Neither is really harder than the other. They're just difficult in a different sense. But what this shows is this team is not built for the league. They're clearly not built for the league. Because a league, I'll tell you a league. I'll tell you what things about a league. A league, you need an idea. You need a robust, concise idea. A Champions League, you don't really need a robust, concise idea. Of course, you do to a sense, but not as concise as you do within a league. Because within a league, because it's every single day, every single week, you need a go-to strategy, a go-to pattern, a go-to aesthetic. Every team that's ever won a league, they had a very particular way they wanted to play. There is no team in the history of football that has won a league title playing Inshallah. No way. There's been no team in the history of football that has won a league title through vibes. It's impossible. I tell you guys, I'm the go-to football analyst. It's impossible to win a league title playing Inshallah and just figuring it out. This team is vibes. This team is vibes. There is no idea here. But for a Champions League, it's about the moments. Can you say what's up? Can you zero in on this moment and say what's up? And maybe for Tuchel, who took PSG to a CL final, won the Champions League with Chelsea, maybe he's much more suited for that. Look at Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti, people have said, has never done well in the league. Look how many he's won, was 3 CLs. Should have really been 4. So, and also, so that's the one thing there is the Champions League mindset and the thinking mindset. And this now, more close to a football thing. I've already said about how Mount is crap. Pulisic is crap. Ziyech is crap. Havertz is crap. Odoi is not great. He's young. He's had injuries, so I can.
He's crap too, bro. He's crap.
Ralph,
too.
easy man. Let me talk, crap, man. Okay, look, fine. Okay, look, he's crap. Okay, Hudson Odoi, he's crap. Okay, fine.
Romelu Lukaku is crap.
Stage, relax, man. Lukaku, he's crap. They're garbage. But put that to one side. If you play, this is modern for football. What's it called? Morocco just won their game in the afternoon and so forth. Hakimi scoring a superb free kick. Nigeria. Let's talk about Nigeria as well. Give me Sanusi, Zaidu. Give me Sanusi and give me Ola Aina. Give me those two over Aspili finished Quetta and Marcos Mugabe Alonso. These fullbacks are horrendous. They're not bad. They're not rubbish. They're horrendous. They're terrible.
Useless.
They're a disgrace. They stink. They are filth. I kept telling you people, Aspilicueta does not once Aspilicueta reaches the halfway line, his brain stops functioning. Marcos Alonso is the Antichrist. Marcos Alonso is a Russian spy. I kept telling you, but you don't want to listen to me. But I needed, so see, I've just thrown some stuff out there because I don't understand. Because see, City force you to play badly. I get it. They keep the ball and receive the ball from you. I can't understand how you can have a performance this bad against Brighton. I can't understand. Eric, help me out, man. Eric, help me out.
AJ, before Eric starts, can you invite Abulai and Sam to the stream?
Sam? Okay, yeah. I'll get them in. I'll get them in, man. Just talk, man.
Okay,
my
let
friend,
me
just
go.
talk. Look, man.
First of all,
look,
yeah,
people are just wasting. I don't know. Sorry, Eric. Before you go, let me just be real here. My time is precious. I don't have time to waste watching crap football. I don't have time to wait. My time is precious. You see, people can say, "Oh no, through thick and thin." No, screw through thick and thin. The reason, where was this shirt? The reason I bought this shirt is because of Zola. I didn't buy this shirt because of Werner. I didn't buy this shirt because of Lukaku. So I bought this jersey back in the 80s because of Gianfranco Zola. Put Zola on this pitch right now. He's better than all this crap, guys. And please, Eric, before you go, anybody that mentions, because you know what these commentators were saying? Oh, Mason Mount, it was so shocking that he was on the bench. Oh, yeah, you stupid, dumb, dim-witted, Queen Lizzie tax, xenophobic, racist, patriotic merchants, pieces of crap. Shove that mid-average player, Mr. Mount, down your freaking throats. He's mid. I'm sorry. He's mid. He's average. He's not that great. And I'll still take Hazard. Eric, talk to me, man.
Mount is average and is our top scorer. Lord help us.
Eric, thank you.
Bro, stop using goals.
If Mount is your best player, there's something wrong. If Mount is your best player and your top scorer, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the team. And now,
I'm tired of this excuse that he's a top scorer. Man, he's rubbish.
Yeah, he hasn't. Look, let's not even look. Let's start. Yeah, look. Alonso is. What did you say? Alonso is a Spanish spy. He's a spy sent from Spain. He has
Pablo Escobar.
He has Barcelona ties and Madrid ties, so maybe they sent him to sabotage us. So look, Alonso is whoever gave Alonso an extended contract needs to. I don't know how.
Is it Marina?
whoever
I
it
hope
was,
that woman falls down the stairs. I'm sorry. I just
Easy,
hope that.
easy, relax.
whoever
Relax,
extended
relax.
his contract should not be at Chelsea. Hopefully they got sacked. Where do I start with this team? HH. I mean, I could cry. I could cry. I really could. I know you're complicated, but maybe you might cry as well. If you're a neutral just watching. I mean, it's desperate. It's desperate, man. It's desperate football right now. And the fact that we're mentioning Hazard to come back, it just tells you. I mean, we're talking about an injured player who doesn't. He can't even play games.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
We potentially need somebody like that to help us. That's how bad it is. So look, it's shocking. And Brighton, you were talking about Brighton. Brighton are better than us. Brighton are a better footballing team than us. No, just in general. Like Brighton are a better footballing team than us. They are. I mean, okay, the quality of players are not as good, but they're better than us. They have a better idea of what they're trying to do than us. It's a fact. And Brighton are a better run club than Chelsea. I keep saying, like I've said it before, it's a fact. Brighton are a better run club with a better footballing idea than Chelsea. You mentioned Inshallah football, vibes. Why do you think the team is Tuchel a bad manager? You said the same thing about Lampard, and I'm pretty sure Tuchel is better than Lampard.
Eric, what is the issue? Because Eric, I'm trying to find answers, man. What is the issue?
No, what is the common denominator? It's the players. The players are crap. The players are not good enough, man. They're not.
Is
good
that
enough.
number 9?
They have no ideas. And for all those people who think that you just put Holland in this team and then all of a sudden it's just work out, you don't understand football.
No.
It doesn't work like that. It does not work like
Benzema.
No.
Because Eric, you put Haaland is all good. Do you know what Brands and Macaroons do is far better than what these clowns behind either Lukaku, Werner, Giroud do? So the key, because for me, of course, Lukaku, he's having a horror show. Ziyech is finished. He's finished. Pulisic doesn't have a brain. Someone tell me. I think Mount attempted one through ball. Oh, no, Mount completed one through ball in that whole
ripping this guy.
game. He completed one through ball in that whole freaking game. And obviously it was offside. One through ball. And I kept asking, and do you know what these clowns said on commentary? Or, Mount, he brings in that energy. Oh, and some quality. Wait, what? How is energy going to help me? How is energy an attribute in a attacking position? Now, energy is great if you're like a midfielder or so for a midfielder. How is energy an attribute, or what's it called, pressing? What do you mean by pressing?
HH.
This is what I say about pressing. See, when nobody mentions pressing as any quality that City do. It's a given. It's a given. You talk about their football IQ and how smart they are on the ball. And we do pressing. People now say pressing is now a skill that Werner and Mount produce. I mean, guys, how low have the standards got to right now? I'm sorry. The football I know, pressing is not a factor. The football that I know.
Where it's come from, man. It's
sorry, Eric talks to Eric.
Yeah, look, HH. It's the worst thing about this is I'm concerned. I'm worried for Tuchel. These players are going to get Tuchel sacked.
Eric is getting sacked, man.
They're going to get him sacked because I'm sure you've heard some of the stats, man. It's bad. How many games have we won in the last 10 matches? How many games have we won? Like three?
3.
We've gotten 2 points out of. Sorry, what was the stats I read? It's like something stupid, like 7 points out of 21 or something like that.
Yeah, we're fucked.
This is
we're fucked.
When before Lampard got sacked, what did they say in the or after he got sacked in the statement? They said there was no future. They couldn't project any kind of positive future outcome, which is why he had to go. So I'm like, the way it's looking with Tuchel, there's no. I mean, this. All I can say is,
Eric, we all know that he's getting sacked. It's not even up for debates. How you say, let's keep a manager and he's just accepts he's getting sacked. That's just happened. That's just the reality of the matter. He's getting sacked.
The only hope is, okay, we're not losing, right? So it's draws. We're not losing games. We only lost to City. Since the last loss, we haven't lost in a long time. That's all you can say. but the performances are bleak. They're horrible. You know, this is depression. I mean, Chelsea should change their name to Depression FC because that's all we're watching. You know, every game is depressing. I don't know what I'm watching.
Listen, yeah, I'm just tired at this point. When the whistle blew, I went straight to the corner shop and bought a big packet of ice cream. That's what I did. So my advice to you guys is
what
just
kind of ice cream? What kind of ice cream? What kind of ice cream?
you know the ones that have chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. It's like 3 lines. Yeah, I already finished the whole box. Like, I'm not even joking. I finished the whole box.
No. Ice cream helps with the depression. Ice cream helps with the depression.
Yeah, sweets in general help, but apparently football doesn't, and that's what football has taught me. Football will just get you depressed and depressed and depressed. Yeah, we're not even hostage football anymore.
Wait. Sage, I know Lukaku has been trash. I know we're going to get to Lukaku, but Sage, you have to admit, this entire team is crap.
No, we're surrounded by trashness.
It's bigger than more than one player. Like, look, you can put Lukaku, horrible touch and everything. Alonso is a disgrace. Azpilicueta has been finished for the last 2-3 years. Mounts, Werner, Pulisic, these guys don't have ball brain. So, I mean, take your pick.
Listen, I want to talk more about the game, what happened inside. I was watching the game, right? And when I tell you our attackers, all of the 4 of them were being man-marked, and none of them were moving. Like, for straight, I believe, 40 seconds, they just stood still and just watched the ball. 4 of them. There was no movement at all. Nobody came in deep, tried to get the ball, do this. They were just standing still and just waiting for something to happen. We have a big problem in this football club. When all of your 4 attackers are doing the same thing and they're not improving game by game, we have a big problem.
Wait, okay. Was that so the Champions League? Let me get it straight. Was that a fluke?
That was definitely. It was Tuchel being brilliant. That's what it was.
You know what it is, HH? I think what happened was it was like a extended new manager bounce. So Tuchel's tactics were so good, it took the whole of the rest of last season for people to figure it out. And now the players are just completely predictable. You know, it's very easy to play against Chelsea.
Like, I'm not sure if I should blame this on the players or the injuries. Like, we do have Ben Chilwell and Reece James now, and they are very important.
Sage, you can say that against Man City. You can't say that against Brighton. Sorry, you can't.
Yeah, I know. Brighton is just too much to accept, really. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Like when I look at Lukaku in the lineup, right? Usually in big games, you know he's not going to do anything. He's not. Yeah, I think he had a total of 8 touches in the first half, I believe. 8 touches. Your striker, your 100 million striker, had 8 touches in the first half.
Look, wait. Let me take some dubs, man. Let me see. From Wing Wumbani says, Umbani, I'm begging you. Umbani, please. Umbani, don't do this. Lampard was never Umbani, don't. See, do you know what annoys me? Because that's why I'm afraid of going onto Twitter. Because if I go onto Twitter and I see Lampard trend,
bro, there's one journalist, bro,
Lampard is coming back.
Matt Law.
No. Let me send it to you, HH. Let me send it to you.
Stupid idiots. Your boy Casey says, gods will punish Lep for not starting with a D. Guys, you know that. Do you know why I like that victory so much? That was theft. Chelsea. You know, I know you said all the tactics. Chelsea were not supposed to win that Champions League. This because the more and more that you see this team, Pep must be like, how did I lose? It's like, como está?
It was a miracle, HH.
Azpilicueta was starting at UCL final, by the way.
This is why. That's why I love the UCL victory. That's why it is. That was one of the most satisfying wins I've ever had in football because I was like, Chelsea were not supposed to win. No. And as we can see with this team, they were not supposed to win. City was supposed to wipe the floor with freaking Chelsea, the way that they have done in the league this season. I mean, amazing, man. Michael Talks Football, man. Thank you for the dog, bro. Says, Mogni, yeah. Over Lukaku. Bro, as I said again, Lukaku will rue the day that he ever gave that interview. He'll rue the day he ever gave that
HH, I would take Traore over Lukaku right now.
I'm being serious. I'd rather take his space and power.
Oh, no. Like, Lukaku, you've messed up. Like, because I was doing the pod with Daniel, talking tactics and everything. And Daniel was trying to say, "Oh, the team doesn't play for him. You have to." I was like, Daniel, stop it. Stop it. Once you do that interview, like Lukaku, you messed up. You should have been humble and stayed at Inter Milan. You should have known your limits and stayed at Inter Milan. As of right now, because you think you can play for Bayern, Real Madrid and you're too good for Inter, figure it out. Be good. So it is what it is. Tuchel Defense League says, I'm pleased with the performance. My dad, Ralph, happy. Screw you, piece of crap. Casey, thank you for the dub. Chovid 4 is League 1 level. Tim's is beyond useless. Casey, wait, aren't you still trying to get top 4? Aren't Barca trying to get top 4 in La Liga? I don't want to know. Ice Freezer says, that's Brighton ball. Ew. By the way, La Caca, thumbs up. Oh, bless your soul, you piece of crap. Suleiman, win, draw, or lose, I will always support my club, CFC. Suleiman, get your grubby hands off Chelsea, please. I beg you. Look, I told you, like, I mean, once Chelsea produces like that, you have to now take the abuse. The complicated Chelsea show needs to return. No, it doesn't, and it never will. It's never will. That thing is never returning, bro. So good. I give up. Send the link. Oh, Cobham, send me a Twitter DM. I'll send you the link. Send me a Twitter DM. I'll send it. Look, bro, this is therapy. This gets your hates out. DM me and I'll send you a thing.
I've been boiling since.
Wait, I'm lying. Shush, let me read this thing. I'll come to you. Wait, RDZ17. Thank you for the job. I said that. Would you consider swapping Lukaku for Kane in the summer if you can get targets? I would.
At least Lauren can move, man.
See, here's my thing. My thing about it is that, guys, think about this. Would Kane drastically improve this situation? Kane, see, if you said Benzema or Lewandowski, let's ride. Because I know those guys are quality football players. Kane is not a great football player. He's a tree trunk. If you don't supply Kane and there's no connectivity with Harry Kane, maybe he'll score a bit more goals than Lukaku, but it will still be the same issue. Because trust me, what Son does and what Lucas Moura do is far better than what these clowns at Chelsea are doing. So I'm not sure whether Kane is going to be that much of a vast improvement, because either Chelsea get a Benzema or Lewandowski, or you have to replace all these midfielders and get better goal-scoring, high football IQ, attacking midfield players. That's what you need. From Half-Hope's exposed opinions, we're coming for the EPL, August 2021, the Edge. I never said that. That's a lie, bro. I never said that. Half-Hope's honest opinion, exposed opinion says, Timo is the best young finisher in the world. 18th of July, 2020. That's a lie.
Facts.
I never said that. From JK550, Klopp went through this last year. Who's to say he's sacked? Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, this is Chelsea, man. This is not
I don't know. So J Jokin says, just watched Lukaku possible technique. Too funny. Oh, screw you, man. Screw you. Red Devil Studio said that I said Tuchel would last only 18 months. Spurs on the weekend. Guys, the way things are looking, man, that's Spurs game, man. Tuchel man. Thank you for the dub, man. Master plan to join Ralph's United. CR7 over Rom, man. Oh, Lord. And from JKA550 says, the board is not serious. We need fullbacks ASAP. How can Newcastle be more serious than Chelsea? We are 20 days into the window and nothing. Do you know what I
told people Chelsea won't sign anybody.
First. The moment Chilwell went down, I said the priority. Before Chilwell went down, I said the priority has to be like an attacking midfielder. When Chilwell went down, I said the priority has to be a left back. So when did Chilwell? And what has Chelsea been doing?
When did Chilwell get injured? When did Chilwell get injured?
Juventus.
Start of December.
What is this nonsense?
It's not.
Do you know what the worst thing about it?
Okay, Ralph, because I want everyone to have his space. So Ralph, talk to me, Ralph. Talk to me. Ralph, I need a diagnosis. What is the issue? Is it the players? Is it Tuchel? Is it the injuries? Don't say the injuries because this is Brighton.
No. I'm not using it as excuse. I feel like this has been happening for years, man, and I feel like there's players in the squads that they're just not good. They just need to get moved on, and I would happily sell all the attackers we've made since 2019. They've been poor. It's been poor.
So would you sell Mount or you wouldn't? Or you'd keep Mount?
Mount's not an attacker though. Like Mount's a midfielder. That's the problem. Like,
I don't even know what this guy is. I mean, what is he? Is he an attacking midfielder? Is he? I don't know what.
He's a hybrid. He's a hybrid.
No, he's a number 8. But I would sell every attacker, bro. Like, they've been poor, man. Ziyech, poor. Lukaku, poor. Havertz, poor. Werner, poor. All of them have been poor, man. The midfield, bro, these guys are running on fumes, man. Kante, bro, I love Kante, yeah. But this guy's, bro, it's in a year's time, it might be looking.
Yeah, he's been run to the ground, man. He's been run to the ground.
Like, I don't know. And Jorginho, bro, how old is he? Like 31? Bro,
Ralph. He was in the FIFA best team.
No, listen. I don't care about these FIFA awards, man. I don't care about like
top 3 Ballon d'Or.
Any of that nonsense. But he's Kovacic. I have hope for him. Like, he's a good player. Like, yeah, we should keep him. Rudiger, man, go collect your money, bro. These guys don't respect you. The board don't respect no one in this club, bro. They don't like no long term. They don't like anything long term.
But how do you really believe Tuchel is going to be kept? Honestly speaking.
Okay, this is my honest opinion. This is probably just me hoping. I think they're not gonna sack him, only because the whole of the Chelsea fan base, for the first time in probably since Romans came, every single Chelsea fan is united together, and they don't want him to get sacked. They want the board to back him and keep him for the long term. This is what I'm getting from Twitter. Obviously, Twitter is a small sample, so we'll see. But I feel like if he gets sacked, bro, when they put that banner up when Lampard got sacked, it'll be 10 times worse. I think it'll be 10 times worse because now everyone sees the problem.
Yeah.
So for me,
if Tuchel gets sacked, Civil War Part 2.
Oh no! I think like, because my thing is that you sack him and what you bring back.
I've been boiling,
and then you keep the same players.
If they sack him and sign John Terry as a manager, I'm gonna support the Chelsea.
I won't support the club anymore, by the way.
Sage,
and the funny thing is, they probably will do that. It's Chelsea Football Club.
I'm going to Stamford Bridge with I'm with like those like Titchy folk with like that burning thing and so forth.
Bro, if I see John Terry,
I am going there to light a candle. I will light a candle at that bloody Stamford Bridge Stadium, man. Okay, so what's Abdullah, talk to me.
I have so many things to say. So many.
Keep it concise because we have to go through many people. It's just what is the issue? What's the issue?
My blood is boiling right now. So many. Firstly, I don't care how much you rate him. I know forward backing. So many fans back him. So many of them back him. Chelsea's football club is not a mediocrity club. If Romelu Lukaku doesn't fix up, get the fuck out of my club right now.
Wait, easy.
Thank you. Otherwise, speak facts.
No.
Easy with the language.
No. If Romelu Lukaku doesn't fix up, get the fuck out of.
Hey, I just told you language.
Hey, please bring him back. Please bring him back, please.
Hey, no, Abdullah, please language because you.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Please, language, man.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
I'm sorry for saying, but I don't like this excuse of Romelu Lukaku. This.
Wait. Wait. Who is giving him any excuse?
So many people are giving him so many excuses.
Yeah, there's people that are giving excuses to him.
No. There is no. The only person who has given Lukaku any excuse is Daniel, and not.
There's a couple on Twitter, man.
But
Daniel's giving him an excuse.
Daniel, look, you need to comment on the show, right? If you're looking at me now, please. You need to come out and give me some excuse.
What is the main issue? We have to go around and so just tell me what is the main issue. Why is a team who won the Champions League Why are they playing so crap right now? And why is Tuchel? Why do we have Tuchel hostage FC sending mid dubs trying to abuse this damn team?
This is from the top. Not even. I don't even think it's the manager. It's from the. I keep saying it. People love Ganaskia. People say because it's a Roman Abramovich lovers. We have been fucked up. We've been fucked up since 2015 when Osemori won us the Premier League title. Since then, Chelsea Football Club has been in the mud for a very long time. I keep saying it. I do not know what Ganaskia does at the director of football. What is her job? Because my belief is, as a director of football, you need to have brain and intelligence of buying players. You buy Zabacosta, DJ Loboti. What the heck is going on with your football club?
Danny, drink water. Danny, drink water.
What's going on? Shout out to Evian Watts, man. Shout out to Evian Watts.
People tell me she's the best director of football. She does this. If
Shout out Kennedy
about this club, buy me some director of football that's gonna run this football club in a very good way, please.
Don't forget the wages are lying.
It's
Crazy
too much.
wages.
Wages is too much.
Okay. Wait. Let me bring you. Okay, hold up. Okay, wait, hold up. Your boy Sam. Talk to me. Sam.
HH, first of all, I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Sam, it's an open house, man. It's an open house.
Listen,
Sam, no, Sam. I'm asking. No. I'm going to ask this question right now. Sam, this is the question I'm asking everyone. How did this team win a Champions League, beating Atletico, Real Madrid, and Man City, and are playing basement level garbage crap football? Explain to me.
Before I answer that question, you asked for a diagnosis. HH, after Emanalo left and Granovskia took over, there's been a culture shift at this club, at least the way we recruit players. And now you have players from different eras trying to play in one team, and this is what you have. HH, as humans, we have a tendency to concentrate our blame and anger at certain profiles and individuals. It's not Lukaku's fault. It's not Tuchel's fault. It's not injuries. It's Marina Granovskaya and the board that have created this culture at the club. We don't recruit players properly, and this is what we get. So Chelsea, if we want to succeed, and HH, the crazy thing is the 2020-21 summer was Chelsea's chance to reset. It was a chance to get rid of the deadwood, getting young players, and change the direction of this club. Now we're in a situation where you have Lukaku, Havertz, Werner, all these big players on big wages. Who's going to buy them? HH, tell me. Who?
No, because Sam makes a great point.
Arsenal.
Because my thing is,
that's true.
Because we still don't know who greenlit Werner and Havertz.
And I'll tell you who.
Because we already know who Lampard wanted. Lampard didn't want those guys. Lampard wanted Brexit. He wanted Chris Wood and all these guys
Chilwell.
from the road.
Yeah, those guys.
Chilwell, Tardowski, Lewis Dunk.
Wait, Sam. Let Sam talk.
I want Lewis Dunk.
No, but HH, that's the thing. Like, this club, we don't operate with a vision. We don't operate with goals. We don't have a solid business model of where we want to go. We're a corrupted company, HH.
You see that Werner signing, yeah?
It's rotten to the core, as Terry said.
No. But Sam, do you know what the issue is? You are right. But do you know what the problem is? Abramovich will be like, oh, I'm running this thing badly. Look at his trophy record. Because Abramovich can always say, oh, you want to abuse me? Because I keep on sacking managers. Look at what he did. He sacked Lampard. People abused him, said he was awful, blah, blah. Hard Tuchel. You win a trophy. It's not a sustainable way to run a club. It is not a proper way to run a club.
It's a shortcut.
But in a weird, sick Frankenstein manner, he's been winning trophies doing this madness.
It's reduced. The trophies have reduced. It's not working anymore.
Let's be honest.
We lost 2 FA Cup finals in a row.
At the end of the day, okay, yes, it's reduced, but Eric, at the end of the day, how long has it been since United won a trophy?
No, but we're not competing with United.
So my thing is that, look, bro, I agree with you. You can't run a club like this. But Abramovich is here to win trophies. And he says that when I sack managers and I hire them, my record proves to me that maybe the trophies are reducing. I can still give you a trophy. United, it's now 6 years now since they've now won a trophy now.
Let me push back. Let me push back. Is Abramovich the one really running things at this club? Is Abramovich at Chelsea in London running things the day-to-day? No, it's Marina Granovskaya and her goons HH, they're the
No,
ones
bro, it's not.
who
It's
are
not
running the
Marina
board.
only. It's
They're the
Bruce
ones who are
Buck,
instilling
man.
this culture
Bruce
in the
Buck.
club.
It's
Abramovich
Bruce
is
Buck.
doing all he can. No, Abramovich is doing all he can. He's pumping funds into the
You
club.
can't just
But I'm
deflect
just
from
saying, you
Abramovich.
can't blame Abramovich.
Wait. Let's
It's not just Marina. It's
Let
Abramovich as well.
Let's land.
No. So it's not just Marina. I'm saying it's Bruce Buck, it's Marina, and the board, not Abramovich, not anyone else. So Chelsea, if you want to succeed, fans, listen. Stop blaming Lukaku. Stop blaming Tuchel. Stop blaming injuries. Let's open our eyes and look at the real problem. It's the culture at this club.
No,
For me,
wait, hold on, okay, because I want to come to Cobham and I'll come to your right. Okay, I'm very real. Lukaku was not my first choice. If you look back and said, I said that Lukaku, are you sure you want to leave Inter Milan? Are you sure that you really want to leave a good thing after you were, bro? I gave him the okay, fair, hands up. I gave him the name Timms at Man United. It was me. Hands up. Guilty as charged. I gave him Timms. So my thing is that you've come through so much. It's like, for Chelsea, are you sure you want to Lukaku? And as Sam just said, it's recruitment. You can abuse a player all you want, but if that player shouldn't have even been recruited in the first place, your anger is being directed in the wrong thing. I was one of the ones that said that Lukaku is not who Chelsea need. That's not the kind of striker that Chelsea particularly need. He's not really the kind of guy that really fits into this freaking team. And you say to yourself that, I'll come to Ford and Ford can explain this to me because I said this to you like weeks ago. Tuchel didn't want Lukaku.
That was so awesome, man. Every time he had a chance to call him out, he calls him out.
That's if Tuchel did not want Lukaku. That is a fact. Everything he said was for PR. You can't come out and say, "Oh, I'm not going to this guy." Truthfully, of course, he didn't want him because he couldn't get his targets. He was the next best thing, but he did not want.
You know how I know Chelsea are badly run? When Liverpool wanted to sign Werner, we signed Werner because Liverpool were about to get him, and they got bro.
They did the biggest. Like.
Wait. Hold on. Cobb, talk to me.
What are we talking about?
Why are this? Come on, why this team so crap? How did people won the Champions League end up like this? How?
It's a combination of bad management throughout the years, because we cannot replace. Like, if you think about the squad that won the Premier League last, you had Matic, Kante, Cesc Fabregas in the middle. You can't tell me that we replaced Cesc Fabregas with Jorginho. That guy, all he does is sideways passing. We replaced Matic with Bakayoko. 40 million. I think he's still on the books until this day. I'm not even joking, because we've paid so much for this guy and he does nothing for us. Just oh my god, it's just bad management. For me, it's like, what did the scouting team at Chelsea actually do? Did they just sit there and just type in highlights, clips?
No. YouTube comps. No, wait. Come on. This one's a joke. Werner was hard because someone sent him a YouTube compilation of his goals and so forth. That's why it was hard. It was through YouTube.
Yeah, but some of these players that we're linked to, I just go, I have never heard of him. I don't rate him. I was just like, what the fuck? With Kai Havertz, I never wanted him in the first place. I was like, don't you already have Mason Mount who could, just be molded into that role? But no, we'll spend 75 million and then we'll just sit there and go, rah. And then he's like, what is his best position for Kai Havertz? No one knows. He's been here for 2 years and no one knows. That's just bad management. Chelsea have a short-term planning, because long-term, we're just terrible. Short-term, we'll win a trophy.
Short-term vision.
And then we'll always be like, yeah, look, we've won the Champions League. Boom, we're back. January comes, bro, we're having a hangout thinking, how the hell why are we here, man? Yeah. We're losing, we're drawing to Brighton. I mean, it's just...
Okay, Cobb, my thing, before I come to, because I want to take some dirt before I come to Ford. My thing, Cobb, is that, is it a case that managers just are not supported? Because, see, I know the Marina issue. Marina is a business woman. I can't believe that they won her that award. She won the award for best director. Maybe it
She's
was
a
like
great
a female
businesswoman.
or something.
It's,
But she's
it's
a businesswoman.
PR. It's PR.
She's
She
a
has no
really
football
good
acumen.
businesswoman. Yes. She
But that
spent
was a
75
footballing
million on
award.
Kepa.
No, but that was a football award,
75
right?
million on Kepa Arrizabalaga.
She got a
When
ball.
she could have got Alisson.
Listen, we could have had Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne,
And Alisson.
Alisson,
No, but that
Van Dijk
that
at this club if we did the right thing.
Alexandro.
that
Oh,
Mo Salah and
cheap.
De Bruyne situation to do with Mourinho, man.
Yeah, but still.
Okay, wait, hold on. So before I come to your boy Foreman, I'm going to take some of these. No, so thank you for your boy, Mr. Man says, rest in peace, Genso. 6 European Cups, man. Rest in peace, man. RIP, man. RIP, man. Casey, man. Kane's hold-up play is 10 times better than Tim's. What's the point in holding the ball up and giving it to brain-dead, brainless pieces of crap players? I need more than hold-up. I need goals, bro. Please. Casey again says, don't worry. You are getting in a top 4 race soon.
I even said this at the start. Oh, my God.
I must call Red Devil Studio, man. If Arsenal and Spurs win games in hand,
West Ham are on 37
I'm saying
points.
already, we're going to lose to Lille, bro.
It's a top
Why
4 race.
United
It's a top
fans
4 race.
talking,
They're the
man?
reigning
I swear, why
Silver
United
East
fans
Wait,
champion.
didn't they draw 2-2?
Eric, I don't accept that. Eric, how did we go from title challengers to a top 4? Eric, no, see, Eric, I refuse. Eric, I refuse to accept that. Basically, I'm not just going to watch, but I refuse to now say it's top 4. I refuse. No, I refuse.
No, top two.
Wing Bumbani says, how can Lukaku score with no service? I'm confused.
No, I'm not having this.
I don't want to hear this
thing.
BS. I'm sick and tired of the BS. That brick, that 6'3" bodybuilder does nothing in the box.
Bro, relax.
He doesn't move. He doesn't.
He's useless, man.
Detroit Rocks, wait, hold on. The Rocks says that Hostage FC is like the gift that keeps on giving. Look, guys, look what's happening. Bash, the boys are back to a top 4 fight. Oh my God. David T, man, thinking of it up. HH, remember when you laughed at us drawing against Villa?
No, that was worse. That was worse. 13 minutes to go. Oh, boy.
Look, my friend, when last did you win a major trophy? And how far are you away from top 4? Because trust me, there will be nothing that brings me more pleasure than United not winning the UCL and not making top 4.
Bro, imagine if United finish above us this season.
Harry says that we win our games in hand, we are back on level. Oh, and that's Arsenal. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if Arsenal finish above Chelsea,
look,
what about United?
You won't see me ever.
I'm kind of supporting the Chelsea women's team. Honestly, I'm done.
It's done.
I think I'm ripping this jersey, bro.
I'm gonna buy a Samantha Kerr jersey, man. Honestly.
So hold on. Miguel Rabinez says, Abdullahi is absolutely spot on about what happened since 2015. The fundamental problem is that this board has a lack of a long-term vision. You see, guys,
or any vision at all, just anything.
This is the sad reality. Abramovich is who he is. He's never going to change.
It's not him. He just needs to sack these people and replace them.
But he needs to take responsibility as well, man.
Is he going to sack them?
He needs to take responsibility as well because this is his model. He's been doing it since he's came. So
all he does is provide money. That's all he does.
Yeah, but
I told you last when Lampard was sacked, I said it, and I keep mentioning this thing. When they sacked Michael Emenalo said one statement. I don't even know where Chelsea fan. Maybe they had their year. He said it. When you have Ganaskia in the board, it's difficult to talk to her because she has this aura in her that when you say something, it's gonna be difficult for every people in world football have difficulty in speaking to Ganaskia. We know, I as a fan know that because you promoting someone that does all she does is Nike shirts. She does renewal contract. You put her into director of football. Now we have a problem because she has no intelligence or smartness in terms of director of football.
She has no football.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, hold on. Ford, man. Now, Ford, you WhatsApped me and he said that there's a lot that is wrong with these issues, man. Ford, man. I mean,
start with Alonso.
Start with Alonso. No, Ford. Start with. Basically, go from the most pressing issue all the way down because I want to go at the major issue, then give me with the other ones. But what's at the very core? What is at the core? At the core of the issue with these guys, like you win the Champions League, we are all happy. We are celebrating. We come into the new season. title challengers. These young guys are good. Tuchel is the right man, and so forth. And everything crumbles spectacularly. What would they have?
I mean, to be honest, I've been enjoying the conversation because everybody's touched on some important points. Obviously, things with the boards, things with the players, the manager. There's a lot of things. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, it's just this one thing," when there's so many things right and wrong at the club right now. In terms of what the most pressing issue is, I would really just go with the lack of direction with the club, because for a long time it's been an issue where if we don't have success on the pitch, then we instantly sack off the manager, and we change how our whole ethos is based on who the manager coming into the club is, rather than having a set style of play, a set recruitment plan in place regardless of the manager, and then we go based off of that. Like teams like City have done, like Liverpool have done.
Sarri should have stayed, but I digress.
Yes, but obviously with Sarri, the fans didn't like him for one, which maybe also went to him thinking that he didn't want to stay. There was the transfer ban, which he didn't really want to work under that constraint, and then he got an offer to work for the biggest team in his home country, so he went and dipped, and fair play to him. But yeah, so there is so much wrong, and I even want to touch on the point with Sarri later, but obviously with the short term, like right now, what's wrong with this team as of today, the 18th of January, obviously, they're quite clearly a little bit tired, and I'm not going to make excuses, by the way. I'm just setting it out as what it is. Obviously, quite tired. We can see that on the pitch. They've played, I think, 19 games since the start of December, and I think Brighton have played like 7 less, something like that. Obviously, we are playing. When people say, "Oh, it's just Brighton," no, Brighton are actually a very good team. Again, people are going to look at it and say, "Oh, it's just Brighton." Like when foreign fans look at teams like Getafe or Tenerife or whoever, and they just think, "Oh, Brighton's just one of them kind of teams." No, Brighton are actually a very good team. If you look at the record against big teams this season, other than Man City, they didn't lose in 2 games against us, against Liverpool. They dominated Arsenal. They beat Leicester. They beat West Ham. So they're clearly a very good team in these big games, and they play very good football. And even on our best day, we would have struggled. We would probably win on our best day against Brighton, but playing how we are now, we're not going to be that kind of team. Another short-term issue is just the players. Like, you can't get away from the fact that these players are clearly underperforming. There's a lack of harmony in the group. Like, you can even see it just in their body language. Again, for me, it looked like...
Wait, Ford. You say, is it underperforming, or are these players good enough?
I don't know.
Some of them clearly are not good enough. And also, some of them are definitely performing under the level that they should be performing at. I expect from them, and certain fans expect from them. Again, when I look at it, you can't tell me simple passes shouldn't be getting made from players who are internationals. You've been playing at a European level for a long time. Like Ziyech before the goal was terrible. Like, and I'm thinking, we didn't pay all this money for you to produce these dead performances where you're constantly giving the ball away, making these individual errors, and then not produce moments of quality. And he did produce the moment of quality with that goal, a very good goal. But obviously, we just don't see enough from him. And obviously, after that, his performance picked up a little bit. We saw more confidence, more swagger in his play. But the actual team itself, it just looked dejected. Like, there was hardly any energy on the pitch. If you just looked at their body language, they didn't look like confident players. They didn't look like champions of Europe. And the point I was going to make was that on Saturday, it almost looked like to the players, that's when they realized the title was gone. Not when we drew against Brighton or against Everton earlier in the season, but it looked like to the players, that was when the title was gone. Because Tuchel even called out the final they have to win. And obviously they lost it. And that's when they realized, okay, the title was gone. And now they come to Brighton on a Tuesday night, cold, without much rest, and they played awful. And they were lucky to even really get a point, if we're being honest. So many short-term issues, but to the long-term issues that, again, were highlighted by Sam and others so far, the recruitment strategy has just not been good enough. And again, you look at players like Azpilicueta and Alonso who have continued to stay at the club. It's just not good enough. When you look at the fact that this academy has produced so many great players, and they were only really given a chance under the transfer ban with Frank Lampard bringing in those players. You look at it now, we have Alonso and Azpilicueta starting as our fullbacks in 2022. When we're an academy that's produced the likes of Reece James, Livramento, Tariq Lamptey, Juan Castillo, like so many quality wingbacks who have the ability to play proper football, like, and play out from the back. Margay is another very talented defender that we've produced, but these guys are not playing currently at the team, and we've got players like the ones that I've mentioned. Malang Sarr's in the team, not that he's played bad, but Malang Sarr's in the team when we have players like Gurhi, Tomori out on loan, Levi Colwill, like, doesn't really make much sense. So it's very, very poor squad planning, and look, it's crazy to see, but I don't know if there's any specific points you want me to touch on, but there's just so much wrong at the club that
I have a specific forward. I have a question for you. Specific question. How does Tuchel survive? Because I'm worried about Tuchel.
If the fans riot, bro.
It's a good question. Like,
here's my thing. Sorry, before you go, like, and this was, and you can go forward. And my question to add on to Eric's question is, so Eric's question is, how does Tuchel survive? And my question for Eric's question is the Chelsea fan base as united behind Tuchel as they were mostly behind Lampard?
Yes, they're united with Tuchel.
No, they're united with
Tuchel.
It's different. It's different.
No, because for me, there was I believe, for Lampard, it was a vocal minority. The majority were Lampard thingy. This whole Tuchel thing, is the Chelsea fan base really stick by him? No, screw these players. These players have to do better. Stick by him and support him. Let him buy his specific players and build his team in his own image.
Yes,
let me answer that. Let me answer that, Abdullah. So for me, the difference between Tuchel and Lampard is, while Lampard was obviously more loved, more cherished as a player for what he done for the club and all of that, there wasn't that same backing of Lampard in the sense that we still didn't know if he was going to be a top manager or not. We all loved him. We all wanted him to do well, but he hadn't actually produced on the pitch. Like, yeah, he got decent results, got a top 4 FA Cup final, whatever, but he didn't win us a Champions League, which is different. That's what Tuchel's done. He's also quite endearing as well with his interviews and whatnot. And he's also delivered a Champions League in 4 months. Like, that's a different kind of backing that he's going to get from the fans. Different kind of also belief and also confidence that he has when he wants to go to the board and suggest certain things. So to the question at hand, again, some people are panicking saying that, Tuchel's going to get sacked in a few weeks or a few months if this form continues. No, that's not that kind of talk about Tuchel. That should not exist. But it is right to question how long Tuchel can stay at Chelsea Football Club if things continue like they are with the lack of backing in transfer window. Because we know Tuchel is a volatile character. He can be a volatile character. Again, we saw it at Dortmund, which is a club that it's very rare you get any manager speaking out against the board, and that's what Tuchel did. We saw how things ended in PSG with his fractious relationship with Leonardo. It could get like that with Chelsea and with Marina and the guys behind the seats, behind the windows at Stamford Bridge, if he doesn't get the signings that he wants. Again, the point was made earlier about if Lukaku was a signing or whatever. I'll gloss over that for now. But again, all he's gotten is Lukaku and Saul at a time when it was very clear that we needed a fullback to replace Chilwell, who's out for the season. We're dragging our feet, and now we're 19 days into the transfer window. And we've done nothing. All we've tried to do is recruit Emerson, who was a starting left back for Lyon, which is a big club in Liga, and you're offering 4 million to take him off their hands. Like, they're not a small little club that's going to say, "Oh yeah, we'll take 4 million and you can take our starting left back, who's been the best left back in Liga this season so far." It's shocking business. So for me, this can happen with Tuchel. It could obviously get very peak after the, but we'll just have to look. We have to wait and see what happens in the summer. If Tuchel gets enough of his signings and he gets backed in the window like Lampard did, then we'll see. Then obviously the pressure will then be back on Tuchel to actually get more out of the players, because while all of our players are not performing like this, you have to obviously question the individuals for sure, but you also got to question Tuchel and say, can you get more out of these players? And I think he can get more out of these players, but of course you have to let him actually build his own attack, because right now he's got Lukaku and a bunch of attacking midfielders who are just not performing right now. So a lot's not good enough.
I want to ask a question, because if it is me, I would take Tuchel over Ganaskia, over those clowns in the boardroom. I would take Tuchel. If it is tomorrow, Roman said, "Okay, everybody out of the club, I want you gone." Ganaskia is the first person that will be gone, because Tuchel needs to get his backing for him to do well. My issue with it is, I'm seeing a scenario where we're gonna have Ganaskia versus Thomas Tuchel, because Tuchel is a vocal manager. So as a fans now, who do you side on? Do you go with Ganaskia or do you go with Tuchel?
The fans have to back Tuchel. They have to back Tuchel. He produced the Champions League with nothing, bro. Like, what manager in the history of football has ever won the Champions League with no signings?
Can we be real though? I know what we want, but let's be real. What is the realistic thing that's going to happen? Tuchel is going to be sacked. That is the sad reality.
I think he's gonna.
Because managers are never backed at Chelsea. That's just the sad reality.
I think.
Let me come in there. Let me just come in there just to make one point quickly, HJ. Let me just make this point that with Sarri, like for me, there was a change in 2016 after Conte, the whole Conte thing happened, and we didn't back him in January, and he didn't get Van Dijk and Lukaku and all of that. For me, there was an emphasis. Okay, we're gonna try and find a manager that we can back, and they wanted to back Sarri. They gave him his signings and whatnot, but obviously things fell through with the transfer ban. He obviously wanted to leave. That happened. Cool. They did. Then obviously they brought in Lampard, and they wanted to back Lampard, and they wanted to give Lampard time. And even at the end of that terrible form that he had this time last year, they gave him extra games to try and sort it out. He didn't sort it out, and they sacked him. I genuinely believe that this club want to back Tuchel, and they want him to be at least a long-term manager, which for Chelsea is probably 4 to 6 years. That's very long-term for Chelsea because everybody gets sacked in under 2. But of course, again, it depends on how we deal in the transfer window. If we don't back Tuchel, then obviously, then that relationship with him and Marina, that could sever. And if that happens, then it doesn't matter if we're backing Tuchel or Marina or whoever. They'll just sack him and then move on to the next manager who wants to dance to their tune. So we'll have to wait and see. And obviously, this summer, like we say with a lot of summers, but this summer in particular is a massive, massive summer for Chelsea Football Club.
Wait, hold on. Let me just take some notes because I want to ask you guys another question. There's another big question I want to ask all of you guys, but let me just take these jobs first, man. Hamza Talks Football says, don't forget, thank you for the job, man, Hamza, man. Don't forget that Chelsea FC only got top for last season after Leicester bottled it versus Spurs on the final day. Chelsea failed to beat Aston Villa and relied on Tottenham. This is true. This is true. Yeah. But of course, if Chelsea had somehow flopped, then obviously they still would have gone through the Champions League. But like if Chelsea had to won the Champions League and they had maybe flopped, then boom. So that would have been even a greater disaster, man. Miguel Rabinez, man, as Marina needs to take the L on some of these deadwood. None is overpaying for Barkley and Alonso for F's sake. See, the issue with Marina is she is a businesswoman. See, for her, a win is, did we make a profit? And did I sell this person for a huge amount? Rather than someone like Beppe Marotta for Inter. Like Marotta, we look at what Marotta did for Juve and what he did for Inter. It's about, I found that guy. I found that gem that nobody saw. And that player, or these group of players, have helped to form a foundation and a philosophy that allows us to form a psychology to move forward. Look at how good Inter. Look at how good Inter's recruitment. They lost all these guys. They get Korea. They get Dzeko, and they get Çalhanoğlu. And look at how good the team is. Recruitment is not only. This is what I say. It's not about getting amazing players. It's about getting the right players. That's all. You have to get the right players. Your boy David T says, after mocking us, it seems CFC need Bruno Fernandes. Hell no. 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 No, we don't need Bruno. You keep Bruno Fernandes. You keep him. The hell? F2 Junior, man, thank you for the job. HH, I tell you, it will be hard to beat Lille in February.
Max.
If Chelsea get knocked out by Lille, man, I think I'm gonna just quit, bro.
But it's happening. Why? It's it's gonna happen.
Let's not be reactionary. I'm not saying it's gonna be a walkover or anything, but let's not say, we're gonna lose to Lille. This is a team that's 10th in Liga right now. They're not having a great season by any means. So let's not say, because we're struggling recently, we're gonna lose to Lille.
I'm emptying the nightmare scenario because it's true. Chelsea, as bad as they should not be losing to Lille. But
we're still strong favourites in that tie, no matter what.
If Lille beats us, it's over.
Don't start saying strong favourites, please.
Bro, we beat them on the Lampard of a worst team, bro. Look, I'm not saying it's an easy game, but let's not just say we're gonna lose to Lille. Like, come on.
Aren't Lille like the retaining champ Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Last season, and we beat them even last season. This season, they're 10th in Liga right now. Let's not just say we're gonna.
Says help, but Taco's first touch just landed on my roof. You see, this is where
Lukaku. Okay,
and it says now permanently a Real Madrid and City fan. Thank you, Chelsea. This guy is sick, man. He's sick. But he's sick, man. Abritz Fairman, thank you for the job, man. Tuchel always knew the players weren't good. Why would you play this system if you have confidence in your attack? Mm-hmm. If Tuchel was trash, Chelsea would be 10th. And I think, now we're not getting to the core. We're getting to the core. Remember when Tuchel came in, he only had 24 hours before they played Wolves and so forth. So it was a short turnover. And Tuchel was like, look, I have to assess the team and so forth. And in his mind was like, look, I have to create a system that works and really operates best for this team. Because I keep on saying that, oh man, 4-3-3, 4-3-3. Okay, this does a 4-3-3. 4-3-3 only works if the three at the top work. So there's no point in playing 4-3-3 and exposing your defense if you can't really offer that cheddar up in attack. So maybe he says, I've got to play this way and keep things robust and so forth, because it is the best way in which we can win freaking games. Because I'm not sure with the way Pulisic and all these guys are playing, 4-3-3 is the way to go forward. So yeah, your boy Wendell, man. Thank the door, Wendell, man. I think Tuchel is done at Chelsea. Oh, Jesus. If the board supports him, why haven't they made a move in the transfer window for him? Actually, has Tuchel had any signings that have been his?
No.
100%.
No.
Every signing was a board signing from now.
I want to
ask
ask a question.
The board wouldn't sign the players he wanted, so that just
I wanted to ask you guys a question. How many, let's say that, right, the Chelsea board finally back a manager for once in the long term. How many windows, including January, do you think it will take for us to revamp this whole squad? I'm thinking 3. So they should be, realistically, they should already be starting, but they're doing nothing. But I'm probably going to say this next summer plus the January after that and the other summer. They'll probably take 2 years.
If they lay out a project and they tell us about it, and it's a young project, and we have to set our standards low for like 2 years, I would take it.
Ralph, listen, here's
if they have a clear project.
I don't want Chelsea to sign any more players until we change something. Because then in 3 more windows, we're gonna have the same problem. So yeah.
The club needs to be
thinking about summer now.
We're gonna have the exact same
problem. Hold up, from a boy from Little Romano, man, which is the fake fab. Mr. H, how does it feel to be exposed? The Edge, the Stick, Luke Skywalker, Timo, best young finish in the world. I never said that, by the way. While coming for the treble, EPL, German, Di Matteo out. Now, you see, look, guys, it's crushing, it's depressing, it's sad because I had so much hope for this. Okay, see, let me be real with you. I was excited, but cautiously excited. Because, guys, look, am I going to now regret not being excited after that team won the freaking Champions League? After you win the Champions League, beating Real Madrid and Man City, it's only human to be like, oh my God, man, I can't wait for next season. Okay, let's ride and so forth. So I was like, okay, you respect what Man City have done, but like, bro, based on the fact that how many times did Chelsea beat City last season and so forth? So you think that if Chelsea matched up well against Man City, maybe I was wrong to assume that, oh yeah, Champions League, these guys cannot be consistent. But I think what I missed out on is, which is why I said earlier on, there's a difference between how you operate in the league and how you operate in the freaking Champions League. Those are two very different things. And this team is clear that they don't really understand how to operate in the league. So before I ask the question to you guys, Eddie, talk to me, man. Eddie, man, what went wrong with these guys? Why are these guys so garbage and trash, man? Talk to me, man, Eddie.
I mean, I've got to go back probably a few months now, back when we did the complicated Chelsea show, and I think I said something like, this team's a Frankenstein. It's a bunch of players who fit different systems trying to achieve a common goal, and that doesn't work. And Tuchel, I mean, I think we've all said it tonight, where he hasn't been backed in the sense that these aren't his players. He's taken squads from 5 different managers. If you really look deeply in that squad, and he's trying to cook something. You want him to cook something with this squad. It's not going to happen. And then you look at his targets from the window. Adama Traore, Tchouameni, and what's the centre back again? That Koundé. If Chelsea have all 3 at the moment, they're much better and advanced in what they're doing. I mean, it's 2022 and Aspi is our first choice wing back.
Shocking.
That's what we've got to. Alonso is your starting what, left wing back, and Kennedy is about to be your backup.
Kennedy.
That's what it's come to.
By the way, Kennedy's a player who flopped at Newcastle. He's a player that couldn't make it at Newcastle, and they want him to bring him back to Chelsea.
Wait, Eddie, with regards to Tuchel, because Eric was asking me the question that, like, he says that he fears for Tuchel. I mean, is Tuchel's position, is it now? Because it shouldn't be. Because I don't put this on Tuchel. Tuchel achieved dud by winning a UCL with these dudes, because we've not seen that these guys are not serious. They're not very good. So what Tuchel did was a miracle. So do you think that the board will see sense and says, no, Tuchel isn't the issue. Recruitment is the issue. And these players, as you rightfully said, because that is beautiful. The term you use is beautiful. This is a Frankenstein monster. It's an amalgamation of 3 different teams. So Tuchel is literally just trying to manage with what he has. Rather, no, you build a team in a place. That is Klopp's team. That is Pep's team. Yeah. You know, those are their teams. Those are their teams in their image. So, I mean, do you think it doesn't matter what happens because of how Chelsea roll, Tuchel will eventually get sacked?
Again, it depends on what the final result is of this season. If Chelsea make the semi-finals of the Champions League or quarters and get top 4, they keep him. I think he's done enough there. He's got that credit in the bank. And I think Roman has been trying to move to this phase of, keeping managers and not being, all ready to sack. Because if you think about it, Serie really left. He didn't get sacked. As much as, the fans pushed him out and all that, he left. Lampard was untenable. Like he got so many chances. So Tuchel would get chances. He'll probably get an extra window or 2 to see what he does, and hopefully he can get the backing he wants. Because I'm looking at the squad now, Chelsea might be going a couple of years behind. You're looking at your centre backs all wanting to leave at the end of the season. That's something that's not spoken about enough. Chelsea might have Thiago Silva and who starting next season. That's definitely not good enough. So you've got to plug that, and you've got to fix the attack or the attacking midfield. And those players in the attacking midfield, I said it a long time ago, they're all shocking. Bayern, bring that 70 mil for Hudson-Odoi. Any takers for Mason Mount, get him out. Ziyech out. Name whichever one you want. Name your price with all of them. They can all go.
Respect to Mount. He's proper Chelsea.
Did you just say you would sell Mason Mount?
Right. Anybody want him? 30 mil. Come grab him.
Bro, Queen Liz is listening, man. Queen Liz is listening.
Eddie, come on.
I'll give him up for 30.
He's proper Chelsea, man. He's from Cobham.
30 mil.
Are you
I mean,
you say a final assist.
No. They can be squad players. How can you just
squad player? Wow.
Yeah.
Eddie, you're making a lot of good points until we drag into the whole Mason Mount discussion. We don't need to linger on Mason Mount.
I did not isolate
Francis Junior, man. Francis Junior.
I did not isolate Mason Mount. I said the attacking midfield as a whole. If you want to make it a Mount debate, we can make it that. But the whole attacking midfield unit, they're all trash. Let's just say it as it is.
No. See, Eddie is right.
Yeah, that's facts. I know that. No, but just to respond to that is facts. I'm not to defend anybody. I'm saying today isn't the day for a Mason Mount discussion again. We do it every single week.
I agree.
They isolated it.
Eddie is making is that, which is why this links into my other point that I wanted to bring in. I'm going to say this again, and don't react. I'm going to just put this out there.
Oh God.
Why is it such a bad idea to go in for Eden Hazard?
Thank you, honestly.
Okay. Let me. HH, you know what? Do you need me to say it again? Do you need me to explain again why signing Hazard, re-signing Hazard, would be the worst decision in Chelsea?
I know what you're going to say, and I am shocked that you're going to say this after you've witnessed the garbage and trash that we've witnessed in the last few games. But fair enough, say what you're going to say. But I am shocked that you will still say what you're going to say when you're looking at how crap Pulisic is, how crap Werner is, how limited Mount is, and how underwhelming Havertz has been.
Yeah, but see, the difference, H, is I can separate the crap that I'm watching in Chelsea Football Club from the crap that I've been watching for the last 3 years in Real Madrid when I watch Eden Hazard. This version of Eden Hazard is not the one that we sent off that was in a Ballon d'Or discussion that came off of a fantastic World Cup. That isn't the same guy that came off one of his seasons under Sarri where he was literally involved in 51% of our goals and assists. Like, that Hazard is gone. We have to accept that. And while I want for him because I'm a fan of Eden Hazard, I think everybody here is. While I want him to leave Real Madrid and redefine himself somewhere else, that place shouldn't be Chelsea Football Club. Where we have our own set of issues, and we also need our own player. We also need our own player to redefine our attack. But that player shouldn't then be Eden Hazard. I mean, like, it shouldn't be Eden Hazard. We need to reinvest in somebody that's going to take us to the next level. Not Eden Hazard. He's going to come here and be happy to be part of his boys again and just chill and collect a paycheck and be with his family. But he's not got that. He's not got the hunger to want to take us to the next level again. He's not got that anymore. He's lost it. So leave Hazard where he is, or go somewhere else, but not to Chelsea Football Club. Not unless you want to see him fail and suffer. And you look at it like this, right? There's a bunch of United fans who hate the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo has rejoined their team to be in a completely shit team and not be the same player that he was. I'm not saying that he's completely washed or he's even Hazard level bad, but a lot of Man United fans are happy that they watched their hero be in such a shit team. I'm not saying we're as bad as Man United, but Eden Hazard is not even a shadow of the player that he was. So why would you want to come here? Why would you want him to come here and then stink out the place here and then ruin his legacy in the Premier League and for Chelsea Football Club? It makes no sense. Let's leave nostalgia at the door, please. Let's leave it.
And people start talking like they're talking about Cristiano right now.
Yeah.
So we don't want that to happen to Hazard. Obviously,
it could be his difference, though. It could be his difference.
Look, Chelsea
guys, I have a question for you guys. What do we do?
So.
What do we do now? Eric, guys, what do we do now? All these players.
I say let's go back.
They have to start for the summer. That's what they need to do. They need to sit down, have a meeting, and set up a plan for the summer.
What do we do?
Hold on. Sam, ask a question.
My question is, we obviously signed all those players 2021. We signed Lukaku this summer transfer window, right? So these wages are all above 200K. So
not all of them.
Here we have surplus to requirement. Yeah, most of them. So now we have all these surplus to requirement players. What do we do? Are Chelsea going to be stuck with these players for the?
Wait, hold on, Sam. Here's the thing.
That's my problem.
And it goes back to the brilliant point that Eddie made. You have to pick the manager. I felt that Sarri path was a great path. And as Ford was saying, is that when Sarri eventually would have left and so forth, you keep the 4-3-3. And that foundation is what you build and go forth. This is what is happening with Barcelona now, which is that Xavi has come in and said, okay, I'm not Pep, but Pep has created that kind of aesthetic that we can now build off of, because it seems to always have a philosophy. So if you have a general philosophy, that means you know that each manager coming in, the guys that you're recruiting are all in with that philosophy. If you keep changing managers, this is philosophy A, philosophy B, philosophy C, philosophy D, that's not long-term or sustainable. So you say, what do? You have to say, okay, this is the guy that's going to be backed. And you see, like, I mean, this guy's, I mean, it's so stupid, because my thing is that why do you recruit guys that the manager doesn't even freaking want? Because what you're supposed to do is that, okay, Tuchel, you're the man. Who do you want? Pick the players.
What's the main reason?
If you're the manager, we know that you're. Make sure you pick the right manager. Make sure you've picked the right speakers. Once you pick him every summer,
Hitchich, I have a question.
Every summer, he gives you the players. You go get those players. If you can't get those players,
why are you doing this since 07?
Wait,
why
can
is
I quickly
everybody
respond?
assuming that? Let me just quickly ask. Why does everybody assume that Tuchel didn't want Lukaku? Isn't it because he's not performing? Isn't that the main reason?
Eric,
no, Tuchel wasn't his first choice. But when he found out, when Tuchel found out he couldn't get Haaland, he had no other choice but to accept Lukaku. Like, what is he going to say? He had Werner up top who can't shoot.
No. Eric,
he had no other choice.
Eric, do you really think that Lukaku was Tuchel's first choice?
No.
If Lukaku was on 15 goals right now, nobody would be talking about Tuchel.
No. Eric, you're saying if. That's not reality.
Eric, don't do that. Eric, don't do that. If Lukaku was on 15 goals, I would still say that, no, I don't think he was his first choice. If Lukaku was on 15 goals, I'd still say that Lukaku wasn't my first choice. I'd be happy he was on 15 goals, but I'll still say, man, Lukaku, you've done well. But hands up, he wasn't my first choice. Hands up, I didn't think he would do this well.
Okay, so why didn't Tuchel...
Two goals?
Why didn't Tuchel want him? Why do you believe he wasn't Tuchel signing?
Because there were better
options. Because he's stiff. He moves like a sumo wrestler. That's why.
When you look at how I remember Tuchel's Dortmund side and how they operated and how they played. I remember Tuchel's PSG side and how they played and so forth. I think Tuchel likes to play small in attack and likes lots of movements in attack. And I don't think Tuchel is a guy that would want a pointsman or a guy holding up the ball. Now, Eric, I ask you this: if you compare Tuchel's philosophy and Conte's philosophy, they're very different. They're very different. See, Conte, he's a pointsman. Look at Diego Costa. Look at when he was at Italy, Graziano Pelle. And obviously, look at who he has now when he brought Lukaku. So Conte is old school, pragmatist. So he'd want a Lukaku, which is I need a striker. Tuchel is more of the new school. Remember, Tuchel is of the school of Ragnick. He's a Gegenpress kind of guy. So him and Klopp are similar. So Klopp and Tuchel, who are from the school of Ragnick, they're not looking at a totem pole kind of a striker. They're looking for movement. They're looking for a striker to sort of be like a playmaker and so forth because they want everybody to be moving and so forth. I can almost assure you that Tuchel, based on his school of thought and him being a more modern kind of a manager, Lukaku wasn't his first choice.
Okay, so the follow-up question is what would it take to get the team that Tuchel wants to form? Because the way from what you're saying, it's going to take a lot. That's my point. So Lukaku is a short-term option, and what it would require for Tuchel to get the football he wants would be a lot. We'd have to sell a lot of players. So that's my point. That's part of what I'm saying, which is just short-term. We can't. We need to sell a lot of players, even to play the 4-3-3. We need to sell most of these guys because they're not good enough.
For me, it's not even that. The most important thing is for the board to finally just take a step back and swallow their pride. Like, for once, don't get involved too much. Like, just provide for the man, give him the money he wants, and most importantly, be patient. That's all it takes. Like, he has a philosophy. He wants players.
How can you spend 100 million for somebody that the manager doesn't even want?
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
This is what they do, man.
They've done this before.
Wait, Eric, how much was Havertz?
72 million. 72
from the Bundesliga.
Lampard did not want Havertz as well. Lampard did not want Havertz. That is factos. With
he wanted Lewis Dunk.
But for me, I think Lampard was going anyway. I don't think they were buying Havertz for Lampard, to be honest. I think they already wanted to sack him. So maybe that was.
But why did they buy Werner?
Can you see the stupidity there? How are you buying a player that's not for the manager? If you have a, especially this thing that just makes no sense. That how basically it's like this. It's sort of like when you play football manager. I play football manager and I'm like, okay, I want to buy this guy. Then suddenly you should realize that player X. So sorry, Niang has now joined the team. Wait a minute. I didn't even press the letter I, N, and I in the player search. But Niang has now joined your team, so forth. I'm like, well, what? But I don't want him because whenever you play football manager, the first thing you do, the formation, there's a way you want to play. And what's the first thing that you do in football manager? You go to player search because you're not looking for players to fit your philosophy. Okay, I want that right back that does this. I want that central player that does it because I'm playing a 4-3-3. I need that player. I need this kind of player. I need that kind of player. I need that kind of winger and so on. Because you need players with particular skills. Because just like Ultimate Team, you want all the green. You want all green bars, bro. This team is full of red bars. Everything is red. Nothing is connecting here. It's all red bars here, So because there's no connect because it's like this player here, this player here, this player here, this player here. So to Sam's point. Because Eddie is right. This is a Frankenstein. Because this is a mixture of some Sarri, some Conte, got a bit of Lampard.
All the way back to Jose.
Yeah, because
Roberto Di Matteo.
How is Azpilicueta should
Wait, who's from Roberto Di Matteo?
How is Azpilicueta playing right back? How is Azpilicueta playing right back?
But listen, he should just become the assistant healthcare or something. I don't want to see that man play football.
Do you know this club are trying to give Aspi a new contract too?
I swear to God, if that happens,
bro, if they give him a new contract.
Can I quickly respond to Eric? Because Eric, you mentioned that.
I need her address. I need her address.
Wait. Let me just quickly respond. Eric, you mentioned that why Chelsea fans so certain that Tuchel didn't want Lukaku. So Lukaku voiced many times that he was okay with the players he had. Lukaku, obviously, as a coach, we've known Lukaku to be very versatile, and the fact that with Chelsea, he's lacked the ability and the confidence.
Tuchel, right?
Tuchel. Tuchel has been very tactically versatile in all these other jobs, and the fact that with Chelsea, he has lost the confidence to take that risk shows his trust in the players. So if the board really backed him, the board would have bought a Chouameni.
So what risk are you talking about? You said take that risk.
No.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about switching to a back four because I think everyone knows that Tuchel's ultimate goal is to pivot from this system into a system where it's more suitable in a league setup.
I'm already.
So the fact that Tuchel is reluctant to do that shows a lot.
Can I say something?
Who's this?
This is Cole.
Mr.
Cole. This is a Chelsea.
Wait, Cole, what do you want to say? Because we're still on Chelsea. What do you want to say?
Yeah.
He's gonna bring up Bayern.
No, I did. No, this is not from a Chelsea fan. This is from an outsider's perspective. I think Chelsea, right? What's going on is they always have this season syndrome where like they just like completely bottle and they don't like show up anymore. And like they have this season, they have this season that they're really good and like they're just so tremendous. But then the next season, like you start seeing them dropping points and you start seeing division from the players. There's a lot of division in that Chelsea dressing room. I don't know if you notice, even during the time Mourinho and stuff like that. But also, what a goal from Ziyech. That goal was crazy today. Yeah, nice, man.
All right, cool. Thanks, bro. Cool, thanks.
Yeah, actually, Cole has a point. What he's trying to say is Chelsea might be like the biggest moment club in the history of clubs. Like,
but come on.
We're never consistent.
Like, that is what Chelsea have prided themselves on. Look at 24. And
that was
look
a great day.
Like, Chelsea are a team where
I remember that day.
It can go from crash, bringing in Conte, he wins a trophy. Then Conte now sabotages the team severance package. So, Chelsea, see, if you could get Abramovich down into, because see, here's my thing. See, with Abramovich, it's tricky because at the end of the day, his model has been successful. Abuse him all you want, insult all you want. It has still been a successful model. You see, no. See, there's only so much you can abuse it. If you were not winning, if Chelsea were in a United situation where like you were sacking guys and it was 5 years without a trophy, then like, Abramovich, what are you doing? But the reason why it is so hard for people to have a consensus against Abramovich on the board and everything is that they didn't win a Champions League last season. So that is almost like it's like bittersweet. Yeah, you win the Champions League trophy and everything, but that adds to the issue. Because
but are you going to detail
that then reinforced for Bramda.
What's the detail though? It's the way you said it is like they perfectly planned a scenario that gives us the best chance to win that trophy, which is not what happened. So look at the context of I mean Tuchel was
they just go for the best option. They
just stumbled upon Tuchel. It's not like they were maybe they wanted him for a long time, but they stumbled upon Tuchel.
No, Ragnick was the first option. Then Ragnick recommended.
I think it was Allegri actually. Allegri was.
But they were literally about to hire Ragnick, but Ragnick said,
"Oh God,
oh no, Tuchel." So Ragnick actually recommended it to Tuchel to Chelsea. Wait, hold on. Let me just get some of these dots. So from your boy, Gamu says, Di Matteo won the CL without new players. Look what happened. Look, Di Matteo,
that was different. That was very, very different.
See, no, Di Matteo was divine intervention. Like, that's like Di Matteo was never a good manager. Like, because then look at what he did with Schalke. And ever since Schalke, you've not seen him in management since. So for Di Matteo, that was just divine intervention, bro. 100% divine intervention. Suleiman says, Suleiman is a Barca fan, by the way. He's a Barca fan. Keep in mind, he's a Barca fan. We're going to smoke Lille. Top 4 is a guarantee HH. Suleiman, you're a Barca fan. Stick with Barca, please. Thank you. From Los Blancos says, how did Chelsea win the UCL? Joke. Purple patch team. But you know what the funny thing is that
are we going to talk about
this? No. See, here's the funny thing. Purple patch moments. At the end of the day, Chelsea still won it. Like, even if you abuse Chelsea for winning it, they're still Champions League winners. We still have the freaking trophy. So we still won. I'm sorry. So say what
are the chances for us to go back to back? What do you think are the chances for us to go back to back?
Let's not talk about back to back. Let's not talk about that.
All I'm saying is, HH, you have to do two things. You have to do two things.
I'm deleting every video where I said back to back like that. No.
Now, actually, you have to do two things. You need to bring back the company choice to and say semi's minimum again, and we're doing it again. It's simple. Just do those two things.
Sure. Abritz first says Lampard was right, but wasn't good enough to fix it. No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
Lampard was right. He was absolutely right.
How was he right, man?
He said that
he was right because he said
to win the league.
He said we're not good enough, and
he said that we can't compete with the likes of Man City right now, which is facts. We can't compete with them on a consistent basis.
Like he was thinking of ahead. Like he's actually a genius. Like
no. Okay. Let me say this right. That
he's not a genius, but
if he was right, he was wrong to
he has an IQ of 155. Respect
in public.
Yeah, that is true.
You don't say that in public while you're in the midst of a freaking season. Do you think Tuchel is going to come out and say, "Nah, sorry, this team is not good enough or anything"? No. You may say that with your coaches. You say that to Marina, Rosenborg, and Bram, but in public, you don't say.
Person who can say it is,
listen,
that's tyrant. See, don't bring it back to this whole thing. That's
listen.
That's flipping dictator. That dictator only said that because he was trying to cover his own ass because he knew that he was inept as a freaking manager. So don't say that.
The only person who can say it is Pep, because Pep said that City weren't good enough to win the Champions League. That's what he said.
Listen, the streets are telling me John Terry went to Germany to take some tactical lessons.
Forget that guy.
That's all I'm saying.
John said, "Bring our boy Zad home." Oh Lord. Zad is in North Korea. It's going away to North Korea, man. Jose Maria dos Santos Mourinho. Lukaku scored 28 goals with me in 17-18.
I want to say something.
No. Mourinho, I love. See. Here's the thing, Mourinho. You're such my idol. I don't want you involved in this crap show that is Chelsea FC right now. So Mourinho, stay well away from this. Please stay well away. From your boy, King Gambani, man. Lukaku as a target man is a myth. He's for counters.
He's useless at counters, man. What the hell?
See, no, guys, no, wait. First of all, Wayne Gambani, can you stop with this nonsense and just send me my PS? Firstly, focus on sending me my PS5. Like, focus on that. Also, focus on getting my PS5 through customs before you start talking all this nonsense, please. Thank you. Roman Alkajievich Abramovich. The time has come to end the Tuchel. Guys, wait a minute. I'm seeing Ten Hag trending on Twitter. Don't tell me that guys are now on Ten Hag. Please no. I mean, people are so are people that don't.
Can I say something?
What about talk? What do you want?
I said it last time. I'm not sure on your stream or not, and I'm gonna say right now for the people to listen to short on live. I double dare Abramovich. I triple dare and I quadruple dare Roman Abramovich to sack Thomas Tuchel. He will see if he dares sack Thomas Tuchel, wallahi, you need to sell Chelsea Football Club. Wallahi, I swear to God Almighty, you need to sell Chelsea. If he dare sack Thomas Tuchel, you need to sell Chelsea Football Club. It's over. Because I do not understand this cycle
right
of
now.
sack and go.
Wait, let me tell you this right now. And people will disagree with this and everything. Abramovich is the reason why Chelsea are this successful. So if it comes between Abramovich and Tuchel, I'm choosing Abramovich.
So, I agree.
And so here's the thing. Mm-hmm. Of course, Tuchel should not be sacked. If I was advising Bram, I said, Bram, if you want my true advice, keep Tuchel, support Tuchel. It comes in twos. If you don't want to support him, sack him. But keep him, give him the exact players that he wants. Let him build a team in his image. That is what I would say. Do it with this guy because I think this guy can say. Because remember, Pep isn't going to be with Man City forever. Because this work, and I think we mentioned this on another stream. I give Pep maybe two or three more seasons. Now people say, Pep will only leave Man City until they win the UCL. Who knows? I give him like 2 more seasons. So when Pep leaves, it's while Pep is at Man City, I'm sorry, he has the league on lock. It is what it is. Nobody is winning the league ahead of Pep's Man City as long as it's here. It's just not happening. So and Chelsea are definitely not winning the league ahead of Pep. That's not happening. But when Pep leaves, if you keep Tuchel and it's 2-3 years of development under Tuchel, then you have a team with chemistry. Then you have a team that actually has and understands the way of playing. But the sad reality is this, guys, and I know you don't want to hear it. I mean, does anyone here truly believe that Tuchel is going to survive? Because Eric,
I think he will.
I think he will for once.
I think he will.
Well, you know what? I think so because I think Forward was mentioning about the fans. I think everybody's behind Tuchel, and believe it or not, the club they listen to what the fans say. So hopefully the club,
the fans have a lot of impact on the board decision
Also,
making.
one
Like
thing to
when
add
the
as well,
whole
it was a lot easier to sack Lampard
than Tuchel.
I'm a bit late on the scan, but yeah, the point I was trying to make is that with
there was
Lampard,
no one
it was
in
a lot
the
easier
stadium,
to sack him at a time where there were no fans in the
Exactly.
stadium. Nobody was there, so you could sack him and not have the protest that we had after Mourinho got sacked.
Yeah.
So look, man, just to write this up. I mean, like, where do Chelsea go from here? I mean, because
we just write this out, man.
Ride it
out.
So if Arsenal win their game in the hand, and that's a big if, they go level with Chelsea.
I mean, look at West Ham. West Ham are.
Look at
if West Ham win their game, they'll be 4 points behind us.
Why does it feel like deja vu? We're always
listen, guys. I know you don't want to hear it, but I say let's play Mount, Havertz, and Werner again together. The old front three. Like this is the only thing.
I don't even want to hear these guys' names anymore.
We have no options anymore. We have no options. Like
guys.
He came off 8 minutes. Relax.
What is the obsession with Timo Werner, bro? Like, I don't get it.
Werner's bad, guys. Werner's bad.
We have no option. Like Lukaku is a bodybuilder who doesn't move.
You know the problem with the young players as well. For me.
Bro, I wish I could be blonde and smart so I could be shit at my job because Werner
people
is
are too harsh. People are too harsh.
Did you see the comments under that comment he made? Oh.
No. The Werner love is.
I don't know why people like you so much.
Listen, I know how hard it is to watch him play football, but our hands are tied and we pretty much run out of options.
The problem is we're relying on it. Yeah, I just wanted to briefly talk about the youth players and Werner. Werner is a different story, but in terms of Mount and Callum and the other guys, we shouldn't be relying on them. They shouldn't be starting week in, week out. That's the main problem. Look at Phil Foden. Does he start every game? He doesn't. He's not a starter for Man City.
Eric, that's
part of the problem. You know? No. But what I'm saying makes sense because why are we relying on 23-year-olds to win us games and be consistent? It's just not going to happen. So I think people are too harsh on Mount and other people. I know HH loves Mount, but we need to give him some space. We need to give him some room because it's just not. It's not.
Listen.
You can't expect Mount to be your starting. He's not going to replace what Hazard did for Chelsea.
He can be the main guy. Like we play better football without Lukaku. Like I'm sorry, we've seen it. It's enough evidence.
I'm not hearing this anymore, man.
The guy's gonna leave in like a year and a half. No, he's gonna leave in like a year and a half. Like it's happened. He's leaving. At this point, we might as well just go back to the old. Like
I'm not hearing we play better with this person, that person. They're all rubbish, man.
I mean, it's facts.
I hear that. No, I hear that. They're all playing terribly right now, and none of them deserve realistically. They can't be compared to former forwards that were playing at Chelsea Football Club like Hazard, Robin, Joko. They're not playing at that level at all. But to Eric's point, 100%. You got to look at it like this. They were trying to build a long-term project under Lampard. They realized, we're far away from Man City and Liverpool right now. We've obviously got this transfer ban. Let's incorporate the academy. Let's build a long-term future. Like the board remit, Lampard went on Gary Neville's show, The Byline, and talked about how the remit from the club was obviously they said as a joke, don't get relegated. And basically by that they were just like, we understand that we're not ready to compete for the titles, but we obviously don't want to fall below Champions League. We want to still keep reaching top four and whatnot. But obviously we did that in the first season, which was the Cup final. The second season we were in 9th, which obviously is well below the remit. There was pressure on clearly because we wanted to improve on 4th place. Then obviously you got sacked, Tuchel came in, whatever. But if you look at that window with Lampard, we were signing young players. You could maybe go on to the next level. Again, even before that, we had signed the likes of Pulisic. Then we go on and sign Havertz, Timo Werner. All these guys under 25, like Ben Chilwell was another one. So we were clearly trying to build into a long-term project. This is why I said HH a few weeks ago that you can't ever win the Champions League too early. But in our case, we did win the Champions League too early because now it's almost tried to fast track that project again. And when we try to step away from being a team that's always making 1 and 2 year plans in terms of getting a manager in, we get him his signings and then we go win the league. You can't always do that. Like, look at Liverpool. Look how long they had to suffer without winning trophies. They went 30 years without winning a league title. Even when Klopp came in, it still took 4 or 5 years for them to even win a trophy. Like, they had to wait a long time for that success. We are a club, and we're quite fortunate. We're quite spoiled in that sense. We've not had to wait a long time under different managers and projects to go win trophies. Like, even in our down periods, you go and win Europa Leagues. like it's nothing. Like, it's casual. Teams like Arsenal, Man United, who spend years in Europa League, would love to go and win it, and they don't go and win it. So my point is, we have to understand. Not saying that we have to give these guys time, but we have to understand where these guys are, where these young players are. They're not ready to go and win a league title. It's clear. It's been clear for a while.
Before I go some dots, do you really? I mean, honestly speaking, do you really believe that Abramovich is the kind of person who will be patient enough to be like, all right, 4 or 5 years process, and is he patient enough to see his team go for 4 or 5 years without winning a trophy, but believing in the process?
So not trophies. Chelsea Football Club always have to be competing and winning cup competitions. That's just Chelsea DNA under Roman Abramovich. But the difference was that, and again, I don't think it's 4 or 5 years. I think it was more 2, 3, maybe 4 years of trying to build towards something. But at that point, you got to go and win a league title. And that's what it was under Frank Lampard. Obviously, he then fell below the remit. He got sacked. With Tuchel, now he almost raised the bar by winning the Champions League, beating the best team in Europe, which is Man City, the best team in our league, Man City in the Champions League final, also 3 times in a row last year. So I was almost like, okay, you know what, this team is now ready to go and compete for the league. What's the finishing piece on a team that's the best defense in Europe? Let's go add a 30-goal season striker on Lukaku, and everything's going to work. But fans like myself saw that even last season, despite the chances that Werner missed, one striker hasn't fixed all of our issues. So look, there was a lot of rebuilding process that needs to be done with this Chelsea team, and it's going to have to continue. Even despite COVID and how it's going to be difficult to move players off with their wages, this is when Marina needs to actually earn her credit. Prove, even though you did not deserve it, but prove that you're the best director of football in the world. Go and revamp this squad, the money that we need. Don't just go and spend 100 million of loan money on Lukaku and say we've had a good window. No. Go and actually invest proper money into the next best talent available on the market and make Chelsea a football club that can compete with Man City. Because like you said, HH, when Pep leaves, there will be a gap. From the evidence that we've seen, I don't believe so. I think like we're gonna just have to hope that we somehow hit lightning in a bottle again and make it happen. But I don't think it'll be sustained success unless the model changes. We won't get sustained success. We will win Champions Leagues randomly. We will win FA Cups, cup competitions, and we might even sneak a league title every now and then. But we're not gonna have consistent dominance like Man City have had, like Man United have had. We're not gonna have that.
Wait, hold on. So from your boy, Lugo FC president says, I'd happily take Tuchel off your heads. # promotion. No, Lugo, you're in Secunda B. Tuchel ain't going nowhere. Most definitely not to freaking Lugo FC. God forbid. It is bust up, and thank for the dub. Recall a saying in the 80s that if a midfielder has just one marker and goes backward, he wasn't meant to be a midfielder. That's most of the midfielders today.
Facts. And one thing I want to just add quickly, that's one of the biggest issues with Chelsea Football Club right now. And I don't want to go into it too deep. I wanted to talk about it, but maybe it would be safe for another show. But with Sarri, we developed this kind of possession football where it's very controlling. And that was the football under Sarri. And while it was a refreshing change from Conte's football, which is for me terrible, we became so passive. And also with Sarri, we at least then still had Cesc Fabregas, who was a great passer in the midfield, who could break the monotony of that football and play into Diego Costa, who was a clinical striker. Also, we had Eden Hazard, who had individual brilliance. Then obviously we went to Lampard, who was trying to play more direct, more vertical, but again, without the experience, without the philosophy in place, it didn't really work, and that's why it imploded. Now we've gone back to Tuchel, and it's more controlling and more possessive, but we haven't got those individuals who can get up the pitch with quality. That's why, again, Kante, I love Kante, but today he was so safe again. Like, there's no forward passes into Lukaku.
Did you see him kind of do those through balls and
everything?
He's
declining.
Yeah, he's just.
Okay, but that's why we need to make the distinction. Kante isn't declining because he's not making forward passes. That was never one of his USPs.
Yeah.
That's just the point I'm trying to make, is that this team hasn't got those clinical passes like I said, Fabregas. You can get into the final third.
Kovacic is the issue with the issue with Kovacic is that
Kovacic can, he's just not at the Fabregas level, nowhere near that level.
True, yes, he's not Fabregas level, but Kovacic can make that critical pass better than Mount, Pulisic, Werner, Ziyech, and so forth, better than all those. But the issue is with Kovacic is that he's going to now do two jobs. He's going to do the central midfield job, and now sometimes he now has to bring the ball up and now do the attacking midfield job because those clowns can't do the attacking midfield job. It's like, how do you have like 4 or 5 guys who in that half space don't know how to make a forward pass?
That's the most critical thing.
Ziyech has been playing the same ball. He's been playing the same cross.
That same
ever
stupid
since he
ball.
landed at this club.
Bro, when you get out of the LEDs at age 28, man, what do you expect? Like, come on.
Also, one thing I wanted to add is one matter. I think BT posted to RDT Daniel Tillich, not the one that's in. But
relax,
but Daniel Tillich.
Brother, did you see the picture? He was wearing the Arsenal top to the court.
Okay, let's not delve into that. I don't want to delve into that. But the point I was trying to make is Daniel Tillich, RDT posted a video of Matos getting an assist for Demba Ba against Man United in the FA Cup. Like, just one amazing through ball from 30 yards out. Like, nobody in this team is getting into that position and making that ball. And that's the biggest issue that we have. Nobody is actually making those ball-class passing in this team. I know it was meant to be Ziyech, but he's not doing it.
No. Let's just even look at Man City. I don't see people underestimate how. You know what? It's a very key thing. People look at passing. You know what a key thing is? It begins with a V. Vision. Because I think these guys can maybe make that pass, but you've got to see the pass. And you've got to see it before everyone else does. Because, Lukaku, he's making those runs. I'm sure so was Werner. So was all these guys. But the issue is, these guys don't have the vision like Fabregas. Fabregas can see that run from 40 yards out. Not only can he see the run, he can deliver the ball as well. So, Mata as well. Matt was the guy who could have the vision and he could also deliver the pass as well. The issue is these guys lack the vision. Ziyech is the first zero-dimensional football player in history. I believe so. Because I think it's, you know what I think Ziyech is? I think Ziyech is like a gamepad, but certain buttons have been ripped away. And for some reason, you can only use one move. So basically, you can only use one move on Ziyech's gamepad, and that's it. I said, no, sorry.
He's like a broken controller from Wish.
The sad thing is, though, that move actually worked in the Eredivisie, which I don't know what does that say about that league?
Of course it does. The same with Romelu
Lukaku. He always hits the first man. Like, it's actually crazy.
It's the same thing with Romelu Lukaku. You think he can dribble like Messi from the halfway line because you have Chiellini and Bonucci who are 38, and he thinks he can do that in the Premier League.
The thing is, the Ziyech one is very peculiar because at least even in the Champions League, it was actually working. But he comes here and like it's always hitting the first man, or it's going up for a throw or a goal kick. Like, it's crazy how inefficient he is, bro. Like, it's wild.
Well, we're cursed, man.
Yeah, but I just want to see it hit once. Like.
Wait, hold on. So you wrote Timo Werner says,
not once, bro. In 2 years,
about you.
Bad.
Shout out to Team
What video? What video? I don't know what video refers to. Get off my you ball. Ziotin says, as a United fan, I envy Brighton's football quality. You see,
you didn't talk about them enough. Amazing, they're amazing. They're an amazing football team.
You actually can't talk. You know, won a trophy in like 6 years. You can't
talk. But we didn't talk about how good Brighton. Like, this is why I mentioned you earlier, HH, about like Graham Potter. Like, the football that they're playing with, the talent that they have is again. I think it's one of the best in the league. The football, like, people will look and say, "Oh, it's just Brighton."
We sold
it's just
Lamptey. Why did we sell Lamptey?
Very good team.
You know, they don't have any centre backs.
Shout out
a bunch of CDMs.
Shout out Chuck Norris, man. He's a very good coach. He really is.
He's the best English coach by a mile, miles.
Can we talk about how?
See, if you can play football like that, literally with no borders, I respect you.
With Brighton,
it's literally Basuma and Lamptey are the only rated players in the team. Like, bro, like, he's got man like McAllister, Gross, Solly March, Trossard. Like, bro, these are nobodies, and they're popping ball.
Do you guys know who scored against us?
Oh god!
Stop, bro. Webster,
Stop.
Webster.
Webster.
Burn and Webster. They have players called Burn and Webster.
That's just
They're like Marvel characters, man. What is this?
Someone called Adam Webster scored against us.
You know, if Mope actually was banging, we would have lost this game like 3-1.
Bro, can we talk about how Alonso almost conceded a penalty?
I'm not joking, bro.
Like, Alonso almost conceded a penalty again.
That was a penalty, guys. That was a penalty.
Alonso?
That was a clear penalty. And
he's
did you see how Alonso got turned? It is negative.
Oh
Where
my
the guy
God.
did like a
I
Cruyff
can't lie. I don't like seeing us always scoring from
Lamptey?
penalties, so I didn't even care that I didn't get.
I don't understand someone
Like-
who's like slim like him. Like for someone who's it's not the word.
Yeah,
It's not the
bro,
word.
seriously,
He's lanky, but he's
how
slow.
are you so slim and you
Yes,
own like a
doesn't make
£100
sense.
American McDonald's special?
Yo, HH, let me
customer.
ask you a quick question, HH.
Yeah.
So we obviously all sick of Alonso at wing back.
Yeah.
As somebody said on the TO earlier, should
Don't
we
say
play
so.
Werner at wing back?
Oh God.
Who said this?
guys,
Listen, that's my
thank you for
guy,
watching.
but no, I'm not trying to. I'm
guys,
not trying to
thank
jump
you
off
for
a bridge.
watching, guys.
No.
Thank you for watching and so forth. We'll see you guys. On that note, guys, peace out, stay true, and if Arsenal finish above Chelsea, I will self-harm. One love, peace.
Wait, how about?